Forgot to do something. That was funny. Hello. I can finally play this game again. Woo. Hey, T-Man. How you doing today? That's nice. I'm glad you're doing good. Oh, that's right. I can push V to some over here. Platinum guest room. Ah, yes. Has he just been... You know... I wonder if he's just been standing here this whole time.
Ah, friend.
Chuck...
My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this.
Chocolate Lovers Rice Krispie. Those are good.
Your
I think I've
eyes
had
aren't
them...
deceiving you.
Had it once?
It's her.
Maybe?
The famous singer, Robin. Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me?
The famous singer, Robin.
I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me, and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened.
Like where it last left off was
the most basic level manifesting
there was a body here, and that was the character Robin, who's like this minor character, and she was dead. It was like, oh,
this whole time.
Oh, kind of moment.
Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety.
If you didn't know, T-Man.
A family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality.
Back to
What
reality.
gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter.
Oh.
Unsought guest. An emanator who hides her true identity.
I don't think she's an emanator.
Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion.
Then again,
Robin?
the last emanator was also a character that you could play.
Who will be the next to die?
That's true. If that's the case, I can't trust anyone.
That's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony.
Oh, great.
Everyone's got their own agenda.
Oh, great.
Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong
kind of
side.
Holy Grail war.
If I were you,
Everyone's got a plan, except me.
After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
No.
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express. I told you, I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift.
How much is that lost
I'm
property?
talking ownership of this frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser.
Be fair,
That's
there is someone who can imitate Robin, but
So
with
then,
a
friend,
off-key
I need your
voice,
help.
apparently.
That's fine. I'm not forcing you. But I'm really not asking for much, so why don't you at least hear me out, okay?
Fucking way
I
he
have
talks
but only
makes
one
me
goal.
angry,
The family's front door is like a high wall. And to tear the whole
and it
thing
makes it
down, we'll have
extremely
to dig
hard
out a few chunks first.
to potentially trust him.
Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, as long as it's maybe told ahead of time that danger for erasing the wrong rune,
So they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking.
then people wouldn't really be annoyed by it or anything. It would just be
But
an
I
interesting
trust that
mechanic.
There are still a few factions that remain exceptions.
And I think it's been used in
That's why I need you.
in video games for years too.
The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you. And the Harmony
We just
will give you the fairest
in a D&D session that I was in last night,
You get to find out really what
we had a
happened
fight
justice.
where
And I get to put it toward completing my
where
mission for the
there was
IPC.
the enemy
It's what you could
spawned
call a
3
win-win situation.
ghosts or like fragments of people that the party knew. And
Don't
what
worry,
ended up
sit down
happening
and
is
talk things
you
over
couldn't
with
hit those
Daniel.
3 ghosts without
That navigator is
potentially
really
hurting someone
She
else
must
who
understand the value
is
of this
who was a friend,
Here's my contact details.
quote unquote.
If you come to any conclusions, call me.
But you could harm the main
Oh,
body,
Take this.
and the main body
Without
was
investigation can always use a little
this
help.
high level
Don't mention it.
caster
So long,
with
friend.
abilities
I
that
really am
they could
looking
use
forward to uncovering the truth
very
about
strong magic
everyone.
by using hit dice instead,
Aventurine just
or in addition
sauntered
to,
off.
in order to activate
Really doesn't
these
need
spells,
force
which are
there.
potent.
Something still seems off.
One of those spells dragged me down from my 195 HP all the way down to
Black Swan.
like 30 HP.
What is she
And I was like,
thinking?
holy crap. But yeah, the goal was to defeat the main body, who was basically like a spirit, and it was pretty cool. Speak of Black Swan.
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be. He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet, but judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking. That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool.
Yeah,
Working with him definitely.
like a
sounds
mechanic can make a thing fun or really tedious. Ha. What the heck's a ritual? Ritual. And names can't turn a blind eye to evil. For a flyer size cycle, must get to the bottom of all this playing. It safe seems to be the smarter move. Can I toss a die to let it decide for me?
But you're talking about real evil. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail.
Can't tip right. What?
In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other
Type.
questions,
Ah, type. The death kill Robin. Do you think this is connected to Acheron? Have you noticed anything else unusual?
two
Here we go.
victims appearing one after the other in a
I mean,
very short time span, in and of itself,
it-
that's very unusual.
That's fine. As long as it's like decipherable, it should be
The
fine.
collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely. Or everything has been planned out and executed by someone. If someone has
It's
chosen these
killing all
victims
this thing.
deliberately, first
You
a smuggler,
slow.
then a family celebrity, then this murderer's motives are worth thoroughly chewing over. Sorry, I can't answer that question.
Ah, yeah,
That
ritual.
Ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one is capable of providing an answer.
I mean, my character can do
But
rituals.
without a doubt, she's the
on account
most
of being,
special guest at this banquet.
You know,
It's like
an
a luxury
artificer with
inside
some
just
spells that are
then.
ritual
It's best to
casting,
keep your distance.
and having those spells part of features. Did death kill
I'm
Robin?
not sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive
But
wound
generally, the ritual
looks
casters
like it's
are
been
the
big.
wizards, but
We've
I guess
all
I'm
witnessed
discount
it in
wizard?
action before. Plus, it seems
But
unlikely that there would
Iron
be
Man
two
wizard?
lethal entities loose in the dreamscape.
man wizard. I will
It's
say,
all happened so quickly, I can
playing
only
a
make
sci-fi character
conjecture.
with a magic spin is
After
always
leaving
pretty
here,
fun.
Go have a chat with your companions.
Uh,
I hope you can clarify the source of this confusion.
I never actually realized that we needed a circle for rituals.
Come, this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost.
Ah, see you later.
Upgrade configured.
Come over here.
This way. This is where we part ways. All of this is like a nightmare. Unfortunately, the remembrance does but follow your heart. Ah, hold on just a sec. There you go. A small parting gift. If I also pay great attention to the ways of the world, just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you.
Sitting up here. Oh wow! You never realize how slow something is until you're loading that thing up on the side.
To take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. Let's leave things there, shall we? What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet?
You still in the hotel dream trip? Jason, have you run into trouble? We got separated in the memory zone, but Jason is with the memo keeper. I feel antsy. I feel so antsy. Help. March, stay calm. Do I need to get off the express and help? Not at the moment. Sure, just let me know if you need me. The Reverie Hotel in the real world is very calm. Not much is happening. Go on. Sorry about happened to Firefly. The scene is. ordered off by the family, so we're wrapping up negotiations with some family delegates. Let's meet someone here at the Clocky statue later.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay?
Okay, time to go over here. Can't you see what's happening?
Well, isn't this a dream?
So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for everyone to arrive.
Better unsheath that blade now,
Oh,
Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
what? The hell's Duke Inferno?
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
We're still alive. As are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind, and then go.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room for hesitation.
Vitoris Fire Demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that Eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand. We come from the fire and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy until all the kindling has burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground. Burning forms the entire life of a fire.
This illustration's amazing looking.
From the beginning to the end. We are born to die just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth. All things are created
What?
for the destruction.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn wide hot. They're still young, and I don't believe them. But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance?
Oh.
I plan to bring Purgatory with me there, and before that, I must surpass you.
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have. Emanator. You cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword, for we shall indeed remain here, bound to fight a decisive battle to the death, for I choose this. Destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed. Emanators are no different. Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen.
Fascinating.
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in existence. May this flame illuminate the farthest reaches of your bottomless dream.
A bottomless dream. Yes, that's right. But you've made one small mistake. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but perhaps out of
Oh?
reciprocity. I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the path I truly follow. May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world.
That's freaking awesome.
I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
My time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but why? Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice.
There we go. Now I'm bigger.
However, you appear to be ignorant of this. So it's time for me to inquire.
There
Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
we go.
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron Hunters. That's all. Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So, I know who is inside that cold armor. How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet time. I don't need help, but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up
Sam is so cool.
of death, but they're
Oh.
burying the past
Very
and
cool.
the truth about what happens inside the dreamscape.
It's like,
Already on it.
It's like a tokusatsu character.
The Astral Express is
Put
no
more fire.
enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for him?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy. I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way, but as you can see, here I am, confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing? Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
I knew it.
Fascinating.
Hang on.
Does that mean she's a variable?
I don't.
Don't. What?
Your first question was,
Kind
do you
of.
still have dreams about everyone
How do I put it?
who died
X Factor?
because of you? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. For a little light. And to burn. To keep on burning. Until I turn to ash. So, I really envy you.
Don't.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
Don't envy her is what I'm feeling.
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan, but we never expected Miss Robin to...
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that Memo Keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with finding the murderer.
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family rep who...
It's weird that I'm being called the Trailblazer by friends, because normally they just say you.
We also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Who?
He seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news
That's
gets
not
out,
right.
Penacony's going to turn into a bloodbath.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation. After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protection measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
Indeed. He was particularly concerned about that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here?
That's what it feels
I
like.
thought that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle.
I get
Can we believe him?
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
My neck.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start,
I don't have a spyglass though.
what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things,
Magnifying glass.
the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's in all likelihood a scandal. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally. We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So, you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
Very
I
risky.
can't lie, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here.
I need a new desk.
I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. He's been bullied.
I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about getting stabbed in the back. I'm worried about getting stabbed in the front. Yes.
No,
Me.
I can't accept this.
What?
Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
Certain options say reluctant. Open. But always open to pull for your game account. What? Here's something for our upcoming partnership. That's a lot of money. Not really. Yeah. Can those be like stellar jades? Not really a lot of money to me.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell
Consider I
everyone
can
about
take a nap and farm that much money in like very easy ways. Oh, right. Clocky statue. See if there's anything. I forget how to do this. Where do I get that from? Exploring Penacony, Trailblaze missions, adventure missions. Here's back notes. Thanks. Thank you, Mickey. I feel like it would be hilarious if it was the actual guy who currently does the Mickey voice, so that'd be funny. I'll mess with that later. God damn it. Hmm. Just use half of these. I was not expecting to open that up to see like 1,000 of them and be like, whoops. I need relics for her. Where do I get these? Reverie, Embers, whatever. Anything to be lazy.
To be broken.
Don't copy me. At some point, I gotta look up what equipment I need for her, or relics, because I also gotta build her. Oh, Mr. Yang
said something that concerns me. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever.
Yeah.
But said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking you. It was a groundless accusation, which only serves to make him seem more suspicious. Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more volatile. Two birds, one stone.
complicate it, maybe?
However, I asked Dan Heng back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the...
Few weeks.
You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron?
That's interesting, since nothing dropped when I did that. When that happened. Weird, I can't see. God damn it!
Fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T of being alone. No wonder she's a suspect.
That's weird that keeps doing that. Why is it doing that? Now that I can see the other side.
I really love hockey. Checked off the list.
Alright, come over here, talk to Himiko.
Goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance. The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough that everyone will notice. But it also can't be anything too out in the open. Aventurine has devoted
Why does it keep doing that?
to her.
Nothing is...
This Galaxy Ranger. We know hardly anything about her, and can't rush to any conclusions.
It's weird that it keeps doing that, but there's no indication of anything like dropping or anything.
Penacony's guests include quite a few bigwigs known throughout the whole cosmos. People
Weird.
who not even the IPC would dare take lightly. Aventurine is a shrewd merchant, and there's no way he doesn't know that. He's definitely going for the family, and it's just a matter of how. The harmony is strong in Penacony, and almost impossible to take on head-to-head. They do not intend to simply play by the book here. I was also considering this possibility. Especially because he respects you so much, and has sought you out before a few times. Perhaps he's also unsure of your intentions and is probing you.
Gotta look at that later. Yes, I'm not eligible to sing. Thank you.
I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful
what was that?
when handling Aventurine. He's skilled at reading people and discerning the right moment to strike. Also, he's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in to win.
I mean, so am I, but you don't see me doing stupid things like that.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up, but I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead, but that she's still alive and well. Somewhere. That
I hope so.
everything's just some horrible prank. Because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dream?
Why does it keep doing that?
Shouldn't only good things happen here? Whenever
Alt
I see
R.
the Grand Theater, I just can't stop all these thoughts from flooding my head. No. After all, they've brought everyone this sleepy dreamscape, which everyone loves.
Everyone loves it, but at the same time, it's strange.
Understand them less and less. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets.
Ow!
Nobody knows what's happened.
My back!
It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us were all outsiders from another world. Aw, what a mess. I really want a nice cool drink of soda to help me calm down. But then I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
Hard, isn't it?
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now. Himeko, what do you think?
Among our current clues, the two murders that he witnessed are the most directly connected.
And there it was.
If a person dies,
Saw it in real time this time.
what happens to them in real life?
They die.
Seeing as we're at the family's
Apparently.
behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation back at the hotel? Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
Unless,
How
of
about we
course.
split off into two groups. There are still some things.
And why'd that do that?
Focusing
The encoder was not overloaded,
the dreamscape. I'll
but
investigate
something went
those and
weird just now.
We can link up again later.
Worth focusing on? Oh. No problem. I'll leave it to you then.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together. Oh well. Take care then, Mr. Yang.
I will. Keep in touch. Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Welt.
Is...
First, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to pull out the truth behind this cane.
Ow.
So you must surely not a wise move. As a potential threat, you're not...
Galaxy Ranger, Acheron. To Penacony is
What the frick?
An old, final request. I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words.
Why does it keep doing that? What the hell? It disconnects and reconnects, disconnects and reconnects, but there's no reason for it to do that.
Such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on board. Is he okay? That memo didn't do anything, right?
Extreme manager.
Let's stick with the topic. Gaining my trust all depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. The secret of
Take address to file and optimize your stream. The vein becomes unstable.
Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
By the way,
Let's see if that does something else.
Something to drink. Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups. Because the conversation coming up will last forever.
Bet. Oh, go over to here again. Let's see. Did I accidentally do a dumb? Nope, I did it.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage.